Next year I'm dressing up.
Yeah, if we go, what's she going to be Supergirl, is she?
Yeah.
I'd love to know what the dude is.
Next year I'm dressing up.
Yeah.
Here she's whiskey. Hello.
Here we go, here we go. We go. It's taking us 2.5 hours to get here. We're 30 miles away from this section. Every station is shut. Nightmare.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you, happy to be here.
You've been to a few of these sort of events before, I guess, so you know how it goes. Yeah, okay. I'm going to ask the question that I bet everyone's dying to ask. Is that, are we going to see you again at some point?
Sure would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would. Or you've just been left sitting under that tree for quite some time.
A lot of people think Jim is dead, and it's one of those characters that you just don't know for sure. When they left him, he was alive. For all you know, he might have recovered and might be carrying the key to survival.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's what I like to think. So feel free to spread that on the internet so that AMC calls me up and I get to be in the last season.
Start an
and save everyone.
advertising campaign or
Yep.
something.
That'd be fine with me.
Yeah, we are really good about bringing people back and little cameos and stuff, so that would be awesome for you to just kind of pop up.
Well, you've got an interesting situation because you can come back again and again and again, I suppose.
Yeah, I get killed all the time.
Could you perhaps run through a few of the more outstanding moments that you've had and various gruesome ways you've been depicted or been dispatched?
I think I've been killed pretty much any way you can think of. I've been stabbed, shot, set on fire, run over by a truck, had my head cut off by Rick in season 3, gutted, you name it, and it's happened, and it's really weird when they come up and go, today we're going to do this to you, and you're like, how are you going to do that?
Well, take us through some of it because that's got to be a step-by-step learning process. I mean, the effects guys and the stunt guys must be involved at some stage.
Yeah, for me, mainly it's just stunt guys. They come over and they'll go through like how the death is going to happen, and I've got like have knee pads and learn to take a bunch of falls and stuff. But as far as the dying itself, it's like all the special effects. And well, special effects are point until they see the body laying there, then they come in and they dump this really sticky blood all over you, and you're kind of laying there. But when my head came off, I didn't even know they were going to do that until the season premiere, and we were all sitting around, and the FX guy kind of goes, "Watch this," and all of a sudden, Rick swings the machete, and the top of my head goes spinning off to the side, and it was like dead quiet in the premiere. All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my god!" Everybody looked, and I was like, "Sorry."
Hi, I was wondering that you might be typecast for the rest of your career as a zombie.
Honestly, I think I have been, because anytime I get like a call to go in for something, it's always a zombie, or I actually got to do a vampire on the originals once, which was something new, and I was like, oh hey, I'm gonna get to live. First day I show up on set, they're like, we don't want to discourage you, but we're gonna kill you. So I went through the whole makeup process and come out, and I saw a lot of the guys that work on Walking Dead were there, and they're like, don't you ever get to live? But I've got a bunch of other movies as zombies. Goosebumps is getting ready to come out with Jack Black and Zara Stein. I'm a zombie in that. So yeah, I've definitely been typecast. I'm trying my best to get away from it.
Makeup must take its toll after a while, doesn't it? Or having stuff stuck on you.
Well, honestly, everything that they put on us is like really good for our skin. So when I leave, I look better than when I got there that morning. All that greasy stuff they put in your hair is actually conditioner and By the time we leave, we smell great, we look great.
Okay, anyone over this side? And anyone over here, yeah? Everyone's got ready for some questions. You're thinking about it, looking for someone who's going to be the first one to break the ice and put their hand up. Anybody ready? No? Okay.
Do it.
Oh, one over there. Okay. We'll get a microphone down to you, sir. But I'm just going to ask, who managed to get to go to somewhere sunny, and who managed to go to Ireland?
I went somewhere hot. I went somewhere very hot. It was Shepperton Studios and green screen, and I was boiling to death. That's fantastic, yeah.
And where was yours then?
No, mine was all interiors, wasn't it? It was all in Northern Ireland. So, yeah, it was inside, outside it was grey and rainy and dark. And inside that set with a balcony looking out over King's Landing. And it was just a painted backdrop. But even on set, it looked amazing. So yeah, it was all interiors. All interiors.
And what about you?
Well, I've been lucky every season I've been in Croatia, and I've just got back from Sevilla. Very beautiful. Yeah. So yeah.
So it's great in that sense. You get to travel a bit.
It's always good. If you get lucky, you travel with your job. It's always nice.
Very nice. Okay. Now we're ready. There's somebody down here. Got the microphone? Yeah.
Good afternoon, gents. Well, could you tell us what your favourite experiences were in making the show, please?
For me, my favourite experience in working on Game of Thrones has been learning how to ride a horse. At my audition, they asked me, "Can you ride?" I said, "No." They said, "Do you want to ride?" And I said, "Yeah, if you want to send me to classes, sure." So having 4 months of riding classes, one-on-one with the stunt team, the Devil's Horseman, has been amazing for me. And learning how to ride bareback with no saddle has just been incredible. And I've had that for 2 seasons on the show, so that has been really amazing. Aside from that, and also working with Michelle McLaren, who's executive producer of Breaking Bad, those are, and just a great team overall.
Mine was just getting to beat 5 Hungarian stuntmen up for about a day and a half. I mean, that was just like a dream come true. Especially because Buster used to always say to me, don't worry about pulling your punches or worrying about making contact with them, because, and I used to hurt them all the time. There was one particular move where I slipped up underneath someone's legs, and I would always get butted in the testicles every single time, and every single time you could see him like buckle up, and every time I was like, I'm so sorry, and he went, no, it's good, this is what I get paid for. And I was like, so that was always quite fun, a lot of fun, always.
There's lots of wonderful memories of working. I think just working with Peter Dinklage generally has been a gift. He's such a wonderful human being, and one of the funniest men I know. So
he was here last year. A lot of people probably met him here last year, didn't he?
Yeah. So.
You got to look into my eyes now. It's videoed. Lovely lads, fair play, yes.
So cool. They've got like everything.
That's perfect, man.
The Karate Kid himself is Ralph Macchio.
That dude is older than me, you know that.
You're right.
Hello, hey, there I am.
Hey!
And you managed to get some kip last night.
A little bit.
You're a bit shell-shocked yesterday.
I was running on empty yesterday, but it was non-stop action here at the London Film and Comic Con. So it's good to be here on a family Sunday.
Yeah, it's a good turnout. It's quite a long one today, I think. Anyway, guys, start getting your questions ready because I'm going to come to you. How many of you were here for Ralph's panel yesterday? Oh, just a few. So it's all new faces.
I'm recognizing.
That's right. We can do the same stuff again.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Yeah, there we go. Good. Right. Okay.
Get ready to watch the same episode. This is the sequel. I've done a few of those. So.
There were a few, weren't there? Tell us, for those that don't know, we'll do the obvious one. How did you get the part, and had you already done a bit of karate first?
Right. Well, I had not done karate before getting the part in the Karate Kid. I did have I think I had about 2 or 3 lessons when I was like 11, and even scrawnier and skinnier than you could imagine. But I think when I was done with the 2 lessons, that I was done with the martial arts. But I sort of understood the philosophy and appreciated the Eastern philosophy that's behind it all. How I got the part, I auditioned for John Avildsen, who was our director. He directed a film called Rocky as well, which is a kind of big hit. Won the Oscar for that. So I was really excited to have the opportunity to meet him, and I came in and I read the scene after LaRusso is saved by Miyagi by all the skeletons that beat the crap out of him by the fence, and it's that long dialogue scene between Pat Morita and myself. Beautiful scene, one of my favorite scenes actually. And Avildsen said right away, he said, I don't know if how this is all going to come down, but from my perspective, I think you should start taking some karate lessons. So that was a pretty good sign to have that on your first audition. And incidentally, on YouTube right now, you can, on John Avildsen's YouTube page, you can find these videos of my first reading and Pat Morita's first reading, and a lot of the rehearsal footage from the film he has posted. So if you're a fan of that film, it's really cool to see the evolution into what the film turned out to be and how early we could see these characters right away. I always say things happen at a certain time for a certain reason, and certainly with that film, all the elements just came together as witness to us sitting here 30 plus years later.
The original Karate Kid. How did you come to own that car? And do you ever take it out all right now and again?
You're talking about the 47 Ford convertible car? Yeah,
you actually owned it yourself?
I have the wax on, wax off car. It's on 4 flats right now, so if anyone's a good mechanic and it doesn't run, no, we're actually. For a while I had it running. I asked for that car. It became sort of the white elephant. Once I said, hey, wouldn't it be cool to have that car? And they're like, okay, now what am I going to do with this car? Once it always gave us trouble when we were shooting the movie. Looked fantastic. Purred like a kitten. Not the case. Took a crew of 5 guys to get that thing started every day. But I had it, the engine, sort of, I guess, back in the early 90s, got it up and running, and then as years went by, I put it into storage because I didn't keep it out. Now I'm itching to get it all fixed up and get it back out there. Maybe I'll do a car restoration reality show, get them to pay for it.
That's pretty smart. Okay, pick your ride or something.
Hi Ralph.
Hi.
I'm having a photo with you later, so be ready for that. I just wanted to say, it's obviously been 30 years since The Karate Kid. Are you able to describe how maybe your feelings about the film have fluctuated over that time? What sort of impact has it had on you emotionally? And how do you feel sort of now, 30 years later, doing the circuits and meeting the fans? So what does that feel like?
Yeah,
That's a
you're
good
embracing
question.
it now. Have you always
No,
felt
no, that's a great question. I am embracing it now. Obviously, I'm here and sharing these stories, and I take a lot back, a lot from all of you, and all these years later. Certainly, 15 years ago or so, if you spoke to me and said, "Do you want to do a talk about the movie for 15 years?" I'd be like, not really. It's not from a negative point of view. It's just as I always say, as I get younger, I feel, I see the impact of the film on different generations, whether it's grandparents, parents, and children, and how it reinvents itself with each generation, and how it connects on a human level. And as I age and as I look on my whole life and just life in general for all of us, anytime you could be connected to something that can have that kind of impact in a positive way, I feel I need to embrace that and consider myself consider it a privilege to have had that. So that's how I look at it.
Kira, what you reckon to today?
It was really good.
Yeah. Who'd you, the favourite that you met?
That I met.
Okay.
I really like Mindy Sterling and
She's lovely, man. She's cool.
Colin Baker.
It was nice having a chat with him. He was really cool as well.
And I'm really sad I hadn't have money, but I would have got Ariana, I think Richards from
Jurassic Park.
She played the girl Jurassic Park. Game of Thrones, the talk, Game of Thrones, and Walking Dead.
The talks that were the
talks,
excellent. So but this is the end of the day.
And Karate Kid guy.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Karate Kid guy. Yeah. It's pronounced. I can't believe the amount, the diversity of people. There's more women here than I thought there would be. I thought it would be a nerd fest, but women are just as nerdy as we are.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them. You see, when a lot of them are just dressed up. I've never seen too many women queuing up for the. This was new. I never saw this. Oh. What's that from? Did we see this? I haven't seen that.
I think it's a new thing that's coming out.
It's going to be a new TV series, is it? Begins in 2015. No. I love that. It's a cool chair. But as I say, you didn't see too many women queuing up for autographs, but you see a lot of them dressed up. There's a lot of them have gone for the dressed up. And a lot of them turned up for the talking sessions. Yeah, but it's been awesome. It's been great. It's I'll definitely come to the summer one next year.
See, I thought there would be a lot more people. There's a lot of people, but
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
But it's not as big as the London one. Sorry, the summer one. So I wonder the summer one would be absolutely. I tell you, but we've been here since about 4 to 9 anyways. So loads of people have left. Look at this dude. Don't.
It's so funny.
But it's been a great show. I think I'm surprised the amount of money you can spend here. Yeah, it's Karate Kid. The amount of money you can spend here, you just not enough money. I don't think we bought from a stall. Everything we bought was autographs, comics and books. I don't think. I mean the T-shirts.
You would love them,
but everything. You definitely need loads more money than we actually had.
Well, together we had quite a bit.
Yeah. Still not enough.
I know.
So it's on the Telford in a couple of weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. So yeah, I will do. So figure it. Yeah, she has our ears. Yeah, cool, excellent. She's an elf. Right, that's him. And you got it's a Punisher, Batman, God knows. And that's the exit. Right, so I'm at a Comic Con today. Just want to show you what I've got, what I picked up. Darth Vader. it was cool meeting him. Didn't realise he's an MBE, member of the British Empire. I'll do it as they're on the floor, so there's no order. There was some authors there, self-publishers. These are part of a series, them too. But these are from a door. I like the idea. These are all signed as well, sort of first edition signed. There could be the new J.K. Rowling sitting there. From a door, I will read these myself. What else did we have? My daughter picked up this Doctor Who picture, which is signed by the artists. I think his name was T. Turner or T. Anyways, she really liked that, so we're gonna get a frame for her. She had an anime artist draw a picture. She was really good. Picked up 3 comics, once again self-publishing comics. This is by a London bloke. He came up with this idea when he was at university. Basically, it's post-apocalyptic. It's 2084, and the only livable places on the earth is Africa and Russia, and basically everybody's trying to get the both countries, and these guys are border patrol. I haven't read the story, but that's basically the thing. I'm on their mailing list, so I'll find out when part 2 and the continuous story of it. But it's signed, but his name is Wayne Riley. So that was signed by Wayne. These are Moon. The story of these is basically, and this is a very basic premise. When the moon goes away at night and the sun comes up, the moon grabs a machine gun and basically just goes around shooting and killing. I don't know if it's for good or for bad. I have to get into these. I've paid for part 3. That will come through the post. Signed. The bloke that was there was an artist. He did these 2 prints there, so these are being signed on the back by him, and he signed it on the front as well. So absolutely awesome. I love it. Captain America Moon and Judge Dredd Moon. What else have we got here? Right, I've get these up onto my phone. All right, James O'Barr, signed print. If anybody knows it, he's the Crow, famous for drawing the Crow. Awesome. And this is a print from 2014, so it's up to date. Little story. That was £15 for that print, and the lady doing it, she goes, "Did you want a certificate of authenticity?" Of course I do. £5. So just to him, the sign off was £5. Didn't know. I thought you got it for free, you know. But my first Comic Con. Fred Williamson. No introduction needed on him, especially for the Americans. American footballer, I think. He's been Star Trek episode in the 60s. Black Caesar. Dusk Till Dawn. Great bloke. Chatted to him for ages. You know, we didn't swap spit or anything, you know, we're not going on a date, but really nice guy. Colin Baker, he lives up the road from me, not too far. Didn't give me his address or phone number, so we won't be meeting up. I tried. Chris Hunch is a really nice guy. That's him there. He called me over because he saw me in the kilt, so we had a good chat. That's a lovely guy. Give me, you know, stories about Star Wars, working on it. I had this one written out to my missus, Captain Harriman from Star Trek, Ferris Bueller, Alan Hogg, and he read it there to Jenny. Sorry it didn't work out between us, but I'm going to write that for Ralph Macchio. Now I have some videos of with him in conversation, doing a talk. So a couple of anecdotes from the movie Karate Kid. I did get to ask him a question as well, because he did a YouTube video, short movie called Wax On, Fuck Off, and it's basically an intercession from his family. Look it up. It's an intercession from his family about him being too nice, and that's why he's not getting much work. Really nice guy. So I got to ask him about that, and he answered my question. once again, we're not going out on a date. I don't think he was that enthused. Mr. Power. Yeah. In the middle, this is from Red Dawn. It's got Wolverines. Anybody remember Red Dawn? Everybody remembers Red Dawn. It's seminal. It's a part of our life. Also, they had the Game of Thrones throne there. So I had a picture taken with me on it. I love this picture. I could be in that fucking show. I'm telling you, I'm made for that show. That's really it. That's it. Got a free comic. There's so much you could spend your money on. So much. But I didn't. Basically, we ran out of money so quickly. The queues were minimal. I can't remember queuing once. I think I did. Ralph Macchio made, that was maybe for about 2 minutes, because the guy in front of us, he was pulling out movie posters, he was pulling out, stub tickets from the movie. He spent about 200 quid getting them to sign all this stuff. It must be either a seller or really loved Karate Kid the movie. But an awesome day. I'm stopping now at 6, but this is my penultimate video for this year. My next one's going to be Telford, and then I'm just taking a break from it all until next year. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all your comments. I did read the comments on my last video. It's awesome. Feeling the love, as they say. My cup had overflowed. Look, I'm making this fucking video too long. Thanks very much. A little bit of leg for you there, lads. Stop it, yeah. Tired a child out.